Welcome back, Right Side Broadcasting. We are at day 2 at CPAC 2021 America Uncanceled. I'm Grace Saldana. I am joined here by Don Huffines. He's running for governor in Texas. Don, how are you doing?
I am great, Grace.
Awesome.
I'm having a lot of fun out here at CPAC. Are you?
I'm having lots of fun. Is this your first CPAC?
It is.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
my
welcome to the crowd.
Yeah.
It's been a good time. So tell us a little bit about yourself. You're running for governor in Texas. You're from here, so tell us about your background.
Okay, I sure will. I was born in Dallas, fifth generation Texan, and
Wow.
I'm a businessman, and I'm a God-fearing conservative patriot. I
Love
was
to
in
hear
the Texas Senate from 14 to 18,
Okay.
and I got knocked out in 18 by the Democrats who took over Dallas County. My district is here in Dallas County.
Awesome.
And so I've always been active in politics, but never ran for office, so I ran for the Texas Senate.
Fantastic. So you already have legislative experience, and that's so good because you're not going to be just a newbie off the street, right?
No, that's for sure. Yes, I have. I see how the swamp works in Austin, and it's a real swamp. And I see how the rhinos operate down there.
Yes.
And we have a few good patriots, but not many, unfortunately. There are just a lot of duplicitous behavior. So I decided to run for governor, and basically the catalyst was when our existing governor, Greg Abbott, who's a career politician, 31 years in elected office, real political windsock. He's never signed a paycheck in his life. He's really bad for the state. But when he shut down our state for the virus,
Right.
and they had no authority to do that. He violated the state constitution and the federal constitution. He put 3 million Texans out of work in one day.
Unbelievable.
3 million.
Yeah.
That's more jobs than we've created in the last 10 years combined. He destroyed tens of thousands of businesses. Just boom, he decided to do it all and take everybody out. He didn't care how long you worked there, how many, about your business, how many hours you put in on that. It's just all gone. And then he closed our churches. He closed our churches on the holiest day of the year, Easter.
Wow. I did not know that he did that on Easter. That's crazy.
Yeah, the whole week of Easter. And they stayed closed for a long time. You couldn't properly bury the dead or get married or baptized. And it's never happened in the history of Christianity. So it was inexcusable.
So it's safe to say that you're pro-freedom. You want people to be able to make decisions for themselves and not let the government do it for them.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the real liberty lover, our economic liberty, our personal liberty. I understand that the fundamental role of government is always to defend your God-given liberty. And I tell you, most people don't. Most people who run for politics are always more interested in getting reelected. When I was in the Texas Senate, I was always ranked one of the most, if not the most conservative state senators in Austin.
Great.
And I was only, according to the Secretary of Senate, I was the only elected office holder in the history of the state of Texas that never took any money from the state. No pay, pension, health care, per diem, no reimbursements, nothing. And that's the same way I'm going to be as governor. I'm not doing it to make any money. I'm only doing it because the job's not getting done.
Wonderful.
And I want to remind everybody that when we lose Texas to the Democrats, which is almost inevitable with our current leadership, that we're going to lose not just the United States, we lose the free world to the socialists, to
America's
the communists.
the last stand.
Yeah, you can't win a presidency. I mean, it's over. When it's over, it'll really be over for a long time. And the horrors of tyranny are really unimaginable where our country's headed. I mean, just right now, we've got 2 million illegals pouring in the state of Texas in a 12-month period. They're all being smuggled in by the cartels. These are the most dangerous, violent, criminal organizations on earth. And this is an invasion, a premeditated attack on Texas. And I've got the only plan out there in my campaign that's going to actually work to secure the border.
What's your plan?
Thank you for asking. I've got a great plan.
Okay, tell me about
I'm a business guy.
Right.
Okay, and I really my motto on my company is seeing beyond the obvious. And when I'm going to see something, I'm going to work on it, resolve it, and move on. If we don't, we admit our mistakes and we learn from it, then we move on. Right now, I've been saying for 9 weeks now, I've been in the campaign, that we're going to finish Trump's wall,
Yes.
and that's what we're going to do. But my opponent came out and stole that from that idea because he didn't really like Trump. And he's going to build like 20 miles of it. I'm going to build like 400 miles of it. It's going to cost $4 or $5 billion, but we're going to get that done. And we're going to make sure we have a Texas wall. But more important than that is I'm going to enact Article 1, Section 10 of the federal Constitution, which clearly gives the states the authority to stop an invasion. That was written for something that's happening right now. And I'll engage the Texas military, it's the Texas National Guard, and we will secure all 25 bridges over the river that we currently have with Mexico. And the purpose of that is to enforce immigration laws and also to make sure Mexico suffers economically, because I'm going to stop all inbound commercial traffic from Mexico and make sure that they are squealing loud enough that they're going to secure their side of the river. But we'll line up the buses, we'll take everybody home, and we're finally going to do something. I'm the actual Republican running that's actually going to do something. Greg Abbott's been governor for 7 years. If he wanted to secure the border, he could have done it 6 years ago or 6 months ago. He doesn't want to secure the border. They got it the way they want.
All of a sudden he does.
Pardon me?
Suddenly, in the past month, he's decided he's going to allocate hundreds of millions of dollars to securing part of the border.
Yes.
So I think it's interesting timing, but I won't get to. I'll leave that for you.
Well, he knows I'm chasing him. That's why he's running to the right. And I'm going to catch him and give him a retirement party.
Ooh, I love that fire right there. That's great. So, but aside from the border, what other issues are important to you to help Texans?
I can tell you one that's very important for our economic liberty.
Okay.
And that's getting rid of property tax. We have, if not the highest, it's certainly one of the highest property tax rates in the nation.
Really?
Yes, very punitive here, extremely punitive. And I remind everyone that all real estate in the United States is owned by the government. All the buildings, all the apartments, all the land, lots, everything, ranches, farms, it's all owned by the government. All we do is rent it from them. And the rent just goes up and up. And Texans are, of course, real tired of renting their homes from the government. So this is a very popular thing, and I've got a plan to eliminate it over 10 years, gradually phase it out over a 10-year period, and we're going to replace it with, move some of that over to sales tax, and we're also going to cut state spending down to a 2% growth rate, and our revenues grow at about 7%, and we'll take that and buy down the property tax. And it's a constitutional amendment, so everybody gets to vote on it.
You seem like a true constitutionalist, and I love that you want to lower the taxes for people, because too often everyone thinks the government is the solution. We need to fund the government more, give them more taxes, but we don't need to do that. And it should be a right for people to own their own property and not have to owe the government for it. So glad to hear you say that. And how can people support your campaign?
Well, thank you, Grace. You can go to donhuffines.com. It's spelled Huffines, donhuffines.com, and see where I stand on all the issues. I mean, we have the plans to solve Texas issues, and we've got the courage to implement them.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming on, everyone. This is Don Huffines, running for governor in Texas.
Thank you. Thank you, Grace.